Hi there, my name is Andy Preston. This is my Module 5, Knowing Your Community. I'm currently in the Newton School District. The community that I'm in is Newton, Kansas. Um, Newton High School is where I teach. It's a 5A school. Some customs and traditions about Newton. Newton, let's start off, it's a metroplex area of Wichita. It's about 20 minutes away from Wichita, just north of Wichita. It's a commuter town, it's a small town. Um, Community aspects, it's very diverse, has strong Catholic and Mennonite ties. The railroad is a very large influence in our town. That's the Santa Fe. Newton Medical Center is very large as well. And then Bethel College and Hutchinson Community College, the Extension College, is in our town as well. Um, Traditions and events, we have the Harvey County Fair every year. We host that in August. During the fall, we have Taste of Newton, where local vendors come out and you can sample and taste the foods that they bring. And then we have the Mexican American softball tournament every summer, which is a national event. It brings in teams from out of state. We also have a large Fourth of July festival, and we host the eight-man state football championships, both divisions, every year. Our population is around 20,000 people. You can see that we're a majority of our population is white at 72%. We have a small pocket of Hispanic population as well at 17%. The median age is around 37 years old. Our high school enrollment's very similar to the population. We have a larger demographic of minorities. Hispanics are 27%, African Americans are 2%, and we have about 5% of other races. Our populations show that our minorities are increasing and our demographics are changing, as you will see in future slides. The communications that we have, I put our city page at the top there, the link, as well as our school website page. Those are two major sources of information. The radio station 92.3 is a local station. KBCU 88.1 is Bethel College's station. And then we also receive the Wichita and Hutchinson stations. Hutchinson's a town that's 30 minutes to the west. That's a larger town, around 50,000 people. We also receive their radio stations as well. Local television we get from Wichita, and it's the stations listed below. The newspaper sources, the Newton Kansan is a daily newspaper here in town. The Newton Now is a weekly publication. I believe it is published on the weekends. The Wichita Eagle is a major news source, as well as the Hutchinson News. They cover our area as well. School communications, we use Alert Now. It's a text messaging system that we use. We also have Blackboard and Infinite Campus to contact administrators and parents. We have a foreign language impact in our city because of the majority of our Hispanic students as parents do not speak English. We get our local news from local papers and television sources from the Wichita area. I've listed a bunch of community groups here. Newton's full of a lot of volunteer groups. The New Hope Shelter is a volunteer-based homeless shelter. The Chamber of Commerce has a major impact on students, and as well as coaches and athletes. The 4-H club is large for younger kids, and so as long as our regular programs for baseball, basketball, football, softball, wrestling, our kids programs are pretty big. We have a new YMCA, the Rec Commission as well. They both work to fill activities for people of all ages, from youth to adults to the elderly. And church groups on Wednesday nights are really big as well in our town. The school's policies are determined by the school board and superintendent. There's not really any problem organizations that I can think of in our town. The town's very cooperative with school leadership, as far as I know. Our city commission has 5 members. We have a city manager, a clerk, and a mayor. We have 7 school board members, as well as a superintendent. Our school building administration consists of a head principal with 4 assistant principals. We also have one of our assistant principals that runs our CT&E program. That's our career tech field services that we provide for vocational education. Our community leaders and characteristics. Right now, our school board's transitioning. A lot of members are leaving or resigning. They're not really saying why. Around town, you can figure out why they're leaving. We have a lot of tension on our school board and superintendent and the direction that our district's going right now. Our new members, I will say this, all have students enrolled in our district, so their agenda is geared towards their students and what's going on in the school. Personal agendas have been an issue with our school board and our district leadership and have presented some problems in the past. The economic conditions of our town. Our town is right off I-135 and Highway 50, two major highways, U.S. highways. It's a railroad industry, which is getting smaller by the day. We also have a lot of small industries around our town or off of the highway. And then agriculture also is a major player in this area. The median income is around $45,000. Our property value is around $96,000. And the poverty rate is up to 17% now, and our unemployment rate is 4.1%. 51% of our students receive free or reduced lunches, and that means they meet the poverty level restrictions to receive those lunches. Our socioeconomics are pretty diverse. Past few years, I was just saying, our poverty rate is increasing, and it is showing in our student population. The political structure. I believe that politics and education are hard to separate. Every decision has some sort of political realm or play in the decision. Our school budget information I've listed below. Our budget's around $49 million a year. Registered voters in Newton for political purposes is 49% Republican, 24% Democrat, and 27% Independent. So that's a pretty diverse political realm there. The social tensions, as I was talking about earlier, also stem from drug and alcohol abuse and uses that are continually ongoing in our town. Gang affiliations, associations are increasing, and our juvenile arrests are on the rise. 22% of our students in the past year were arrested, 10% were suspended, and 20% missed more than 15 days of school. Those aren't good numbers, and we know that in our town. And the teachers and school board, there's also tension there that there is not a negotiated agreement yet, and there's a lot of issues that are still left on the table that have not been decided on. This past fall, we tried to pass a $65 million bond issue, and it did not pass. It failed, and so we have a lot of just some negativity going on in our city right now. Power structures are listed there for the high school. It goes by your courses or the classes you collaborate with, the teachers that teach with you or teach the same courses. And then we have our departments. In my case, it would be a math department. Our department chairs are our leaders in our school. And then we have an administrative team, which I talked about earlier, the 4 administrators, then our head principal. The USD 373 is like any other school district probably. We have our school board superintendent, building admin and administration team, as well as the teachers. Multicultural issues in our school. The socioeconomic levels for the majority of our student body is a lot lower than the middle class. We have many kids that come from single parent or broken homes, and we have a sizable Hispanic population. Very good ELL services provided at our school. Many times parents do not speak English, so we have that barrier, but our ELL services do a very good job with the students and with the parents and the communication. We also have a sizable agricultural or rural population, and we have a strong FFA program as well. Many students have jobs after school because they don't come from very affluent families, so they work quite a bit to make ends meet for their family or for themselves. Public opinion, right now we don't have any way of measuring our public opinion. We don't do anything anymore. We used to use a survey or a direct talk with our superintendent called Let's Talk, which has been removed. I have no clue why, but it's been taken away. Direct contact with the superintendent on issues is ongoing. I'm assuming you can just use their email now. We have now used the superintendent advisory council meetings with school members and with teachers to meet with the superintendent on issues or problems that they are seeing. Public opinion surveys, we do not have currently any of those. So that wraps up my community. Thank you for watching and look forward to your feedback.